Tom is also a sponsor and been a guest with me on David Hochberg's show, and that's how I met you. I was there the first time that you came in.
Yep.
And so so I know a little bit about your story.
Pretty impressive, aren't I? I'm telling you.
The answer is yes. It is impressive.
Not really, but that's all
I think
right.
it is. I think it is impressive because we were talking beforehand things I didn't know you. For instance, you were telling us that you never went to college. Tell us a little bit about that. Like what happened? What happened? What happened? That because here you are. You have this. You build a supply outlet, not a little joint.
No.
And
pretty,
so how does a guy like you, and I mean that with all sincerity, because you don't think one guy can own something like this, right?
Well,
I mean,
you know what?
don't.
The roots started early, and I love telling the story. When I was 4 years old, I went down the street to one of the neighbors' house, went to their backyard, to their flower garden, cut all their flowers, put them into a bouquet, went around the front of the house, rang the doorbell, and sold her own flowers. I was 4.5 years old.
That's wow.
Which is amazing to me because I just took my my grandson to the airport with my son and daughter-in-law, and he's 4 years old. So I'm sitting there thinking about the story I'm telling, and I'm going, wait a minute, this kid. I mean, this kid, you still had to wipe his nose. Apparently, you had to do mine. I can say that I was not the most studious people or persons in the world, but I could sell ice cubes to an Eskimo. So I went through a very difficult time.
Well, that's quite a talent, to be, in my opinion, and that's why people who can sell it make a good living,
right?
Because everybody is really a salesman. No matter what you do, you're really selling somebody something in the end, right? And so that's a great skill to have. So, I think too often we try to tell, you got to, like I said, now we have this whole this scandal with the colleges and we try to put kids to college and.
Are you surprised? Well,
okay,
nothing surprises me today.
I agree with that.
The shock value is off,
especially the one girl who's making all that money as an Instagram star, and then she says, "I don't want to go to college, Mom. You don't have to go to college. College isn't for everybody." And that, my own opinion. But anyway, that's
no. But I mean, you know what? It's something that I never went to college because school just wasn't. I mean, it was just me. School wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was.
So what did you do after high school then?
After high. Oh, that was interesting. After high school, I went to work for a cabinet company. I sold for a company called Plywood, Minnesota.
I remember Plywood.
You remember Plywood, Minnesota? Sure. That was owned by Rudy Bostich. That was he was a United States senator from Minnesota. So I worked for them for a couple of years out of high school, and actually a year and a half out of high school, my brother came to me and with an idea about making bathtubs. And I said, why not? And so I would work at Plywood, Minnesota as a full-time gig. I'd work from 9 in the morning to 9 at night. Welcome to retail. I'd leave. I'd drive to his house. We'd work till 2, 3 in the morning building and jetting bathtubs. And then it grew into plants, and we ended up owning a manufacturing company for 30 years.
Oh. So that's kind of what got you into where you are today, the Builder Supply, because it's kind of
sort of, but there's an interesting story that comes with that. We built up all these this company, and then of course that lovely thing called the Big R recession came.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They come every so often.
It turned everyday world.
It's a big R. It's a big R.
Yeah, upside down. So. It was pretty hurtful. We had a lot of customers that went out of business, but thank the good Lord that somebody came in and bought us in 2007. Well, I have one of my closest friends he moved to Atlanta years ago, and he started a company with a friend of his from high school called Builder Surplus down in Atlanta. And then he got a friend of ours named Todd Bauer. He's out of Louisville. So he started a Builder Surplus. Then when I sold my company, even though I took a long-term contract, when you don't work for anybody since you were 19 years old and then to have a boss just does not work. I have one boss. She's at home.
That's right.
And it's kind of like, I do a lot of yes. But he got us into this business, and it's a really unique concept. We're different. We're kind of like the Home Depot, but then we're kind of like the custom
Well, we look forward
shop.
to talking more about
Yes.
that. We're running out of time. Let's get your phone number, website, or email. Any way we can get in touch with you.
Best way to reach us from a telephone is area code 708-343-3900. And we have a brand new website at buildersupplyoutlet.com.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, this show is sponsored by Open Tax Resolution 312-664-6649, or visit WatchTalkRadio.com. Why did I say that? Because we do a podcast every Friday. You're able to tune in on WatchTalkRadio.com and be a part of the show. Leave a comment. We'll leave leave a comment or question. We will answer that during the commercial break. So, again, that's why Attorney Stephen Leahy was talking about podcasts. You can go to WatchTalkRadio.com. We're going to talk more with Tom Janke from Builder Supply Outlet right after the commercial break. So listen to our sponsors and come back here on AM 560.
The Answer.